I want to, when I'm walking through these buildings or when I'm walking through these old sites, go, I want to live here. I don't want to just watch it and go back to my boring life and go back to my boring job. Not to go back to the past because that would be impossible, but how we can take what we want from the past, put it into our consciousness, grow to the kind of people, men and women, literally make yourself into the kind of being that is able and deserving to live in that kind of life, society, with that kind of community.
So Tartari is a perfect metaphor, right? Because we're not happy with where we are and we want something better. And we can see that in the past we had done it better. So as Lorenzo said, we can't go back to the past, but we can use that to create a better future.
So you have this dream of Tartaria, you have this dream of other technology, you have this dream of living in imagination, in abundance, in love, in beauty, in great community, and all these things. You are the vehicle of your life. Hello, everyone. Lorenzo here with Cambell. We want to welcome you to our new series, Live Like a Tartarian. You've watched, you've waited, you've wondered, you've dreamed to be more than life seemed, destined to have a destiny beyond going nowhere. Join us. We're going to take you on a ride, eyes open wide, to share and show all who dare to come from what we've seen in our own life experiences, how to go beyond just watching, sitting on your couch, growing fat, stupid, and old, and how to live like a Tartarian.
Yeah, live like a Tartarian. We've been looking into this for a few years now, but I think one of the things about Tartaria is it's a civilization that everyone wants to be a part of, right? It's like it was better back then. Why wasn't I born into Tartaria land? Why am I living here? So what we want to say is you can, and let's do it, right? We talk a lot, obviously, Lorenzo and I, about what we're putting out, and what we were talking about is everything is so left-brained in this, self-help, whatever you want to call it, genre. It's all black and white. Sit down with a book, read. There's not a lot of imagination and color that goes in, and then so emotion, right? And of course, it's emotion that ties us to everything and gives us motivation. So we're going to do something different, right? We want to do an expansive course that's based more on your imagination and actually building something in your mind, and then we'll live into it, right? That,
You,
that we'll just live into it.
you are the vehicle of your life. This is what we want to share. So you have this dream of Tartaria, you have this dream of other technology, you have this dream of living in imagination, in abundance, in love, in beauty, in great community, and all these things. But no one can take you there, as we are the creators of our life, as Campbell said. So we have to use our imagination beyond what we've been told, beyond what we've been shown, beyond what we believe is possible, and grow through our imagination towards the kind of lives we would like to live. I mean, you've watched hundreds of Campbell's videos, perhaps as you're here now. You've watched hundreds of other related videos to Tartaria. So sit back and ask yourself why you're attracted to Tartaria, why you want to see more of these videos, why you want to uncover the mud, dig down, look into the chapels and the pyramids and the Antiquitech and all of these other things that everyone's talked about. So, do you want to sit back and have somebody share with you, oh, look, we've discovered more Tartarian buildings in Botswana or New Zealand or Canada or Australia or Japan, where I'm from, and we have thousands of them? Or would you rather, as I want to, when I'm walking through these buildings or when I'm walking through these old sites, go, I want to live here. I don't want to just watch it and go back to my boring life and go back to my boring job. But you can't just want to live there. We're showing you it's possible to get there, not to go back to the past because that would be, let's say, impossible, but how we can take what we want from the past, put it into our consciousness, grow to the kind of people, men and women, that can live in a Tartarian like society, and for us to explore what that means and how you can literally make yourself into the kind of being that is able and ready and deserving. Campbell and I have talked with this before, to live in that kind of life, society, with that kind of community.
And that's a big point. We have to deserve this, right? I hear a lot of buts though in this community. Oh, it'd be so good, but so it's time to get off the butt, right? Get off your butt. Because we create everything. As soon as we think we can't, then we can't, right? Like we make everything true by thinking it. And and Tartari is such a good metaphor for who we are, right? It's this thing in the past that was creative, that was expansive, that was loving, that was it wanted to connect, and then it got shut down, and all the creativeness got taken away, and this blanket of black and white, the men in the top hats and everyone in the black and white suit, and all the art gone, right? All the the ornate carriages and artwork and the picture frames, even everything. It just suddenly became plain, right? Kind of like when you get put into school, right? You're a little kid, you've got all this imagination, the world's out, and then you get put somewhere and they just shut you down and say, no, this is now your reality. And then, of course, we leave school and we're like, hang on, I remember something much better back. I want to get back there, So Tartari is a perfect metaphor, right? Because that's where we are. We've seen this thing, we're not happy with where we are and we want something better. And we can see that in the past, we had done it better. So as Lorenzo said, we can't go back to the past, but we can use that to create a better future. And so that's what we're going to do. So if you want to come along for the ride, and this is going to be an imagination ride, obviously with information, but the thing is we need to create. We need to create the new world, right? That's just it. And we're creators. How do we create? With our imagination. So we've just got to imagine it.
So get off your knees. There's no begging. There's no asking for rules to change. There's no asking for a monetary system. There's no asking for your politicians or your medical community or your job or your boss or your parents or your siblings or your spouses if you're married. Please, 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 can I change? Please. No, we're saying you are responsible. You are free. You can come this way. You have the innate feelings and imagination to become this kind of being. And we're going to show you, Cambell and I, we're experts in our own lives. So we're not saying that we know what you can do, but we want to show you how we've taken our lives from, let's say, nothing, being normal guys in stupid society. I'll talk for myself, but I think Cambell and I come from a square ass box of parenthood background, childhood, and even adulthood. And we've seen through our own feelings and our guts and our desires for more, how it's possible to grow into these kind of beings that could live in these kind of lives. I mean, I've studied UFOs, I've studied alternative energy systems, I've studied levitation, I've studied all kinds, Cambell studied, as you see in the background there, old religions, old ways to be, old technologies, as we've said. So we want to put all this together with what we've shared and with how we're going to share with you to become the kind of beings that can live in this kind of life and to grow beyond your problems, to grow beyond your limitations, to grow beyond what you think is possible for yourself, and to see how you can make that real for yourself. And naysayers, lazy people, people that don't think they can do it, people that want to blame, people that want to say it's not my fault, you guys can turn your computer off, go to another channel now, and get out of here, because we only want people that are willing to sit down, take a chance, put themselves into this driver's seat where they can take themselves to the kind of life that we know is possible for all of us who desire to put the work in and to grow beyond whatever is stopping you from getting there.
And just remember, you're here now experiencing what you're experiencing now because of everything you've done in your past.
Mm,
So if you don't change anything, you're just going to keep experiencing that. So,
mm,
we hear a lot of people saying, I want change, I want change, I want change. That's not enough to want it. You've got to be prepared to do something and understand that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to get challenged. You're going to have to go through things you don't want to, because as I've said, many times before, when you decide you want something, the universe will go, really? Oh, you do you? Oh, well, let's see. And it'll throw you a challenge. Now, they are always challenges. Some people think that they're obstacles or that they're barriers, but they're not, unless you believe that. And so this is the thing. And I just wanted to say, imagine you are a Tartarian. Imagine you're standing there, you've got the clothes on, you're in this amazing city with all these buildings and tech, and, you're in this society. Do you think you'd walk up to anyone and say, oh, excuse me, but is it okay if I do this? No, you wouldn't, would you? You'd be like, I'm doing this. You would announce it and you would just do it, because this is a whole, it's a mindset. And of course, Kelly has said, talked a lot about Tartarian consciousness, but that's what this is. It's becoming those type of people, because if you're not that kind of person, if you can imagine, if you're standing in the Tartarian world in rags, if they're asking people, is it okay if I do this? You're not going to fit in. right? Clearly. So you're not going to, you can't stay there. So this is the whole thing. If we really want to change the world, guess what? You are the world. So what do you need to change?
You have to look around. According to what Campbell said, what do you need to change? You look at the shitty parts of your life. You look at the bad parts of your health. You look at the limitations that you're currently living in, whatever that is for you. And that's what you need to change first. You can't just walk out the door and leave all your garbage behind. And then on the other side of the wall is Tartaria. No, you've made this cage of whatever is bad in your life. And by bad, I mean whatever you're saying is bad, whatever you're saying is changed. And this has to be cleaned first. It has to be fixed. You can't walk into a Tartarian castle with shit on your shoes or mud on your pants. You have to clean your shoes. You have to clean your energy. You have to clean your dream. You have to clean your imagination. So it starts wherever you're sitting with what you hate the most, what you fear the most, what you find the most disgusting about your life. And you have to clean it up. You have to change it. You have to fix it. You have to get over those limitations, whatever they are. Fill in your own blanks at this moment. We have a course, Freedom's Calling You. It's kind of the beginning ways to do this. So, we'll leave some links below if you want to join us there. We're already 6 videos deep into a 9-video course. So this is kind of the beginning ways of you're going, well, I want to go to Tartary, but I'm not sure how. We'll take this course first. It will help you. And we're going to be coming up with more advanced imagination courses after that. But this is a good beginner's one on how to start to clean your energy, how to take responsibility, how to build yourself into the kind of being that can live, as Campbell said, into this new world. So you're not wearing the rags when you show up. You're wearing that shiny suit of imagination. Your heart's beating strong, and everything else is going well for you. But look around, be honest. Without some honesty, you're not going to get anywhere, in my opinion, about what you need to change in your life. And if you're not sure how to change it, what we share might be of use to you and how you can fix this for yourself. Because no one can get you to Tartaria but you.
Freedom is calling you. What is your mask? And this is a good place to start if you want to find out more about where you are and how to change life. Well, you need to know who you are, right? And what kind of mask you're wearing and start to ask these questions. So we've got a really, really good 9-part course with lots of extras in it. You'll find the link below. And then we are working on a course, like Lorenzo said, it's going to be all imagination because we've seen all these courses. They've been selling them for 50 years, guys. Clearly not that many people are changing their lives, based on these. So we figure, well, based on all the science and the research, we know that we create our reality, and the way to create is to imagine things. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the course into imagination, right? And so if you think there's any obstacles, or if you think you can't do something, if you see yourself doing it enough, that will change. Then you'll suddenly go, hang on, of course I can do it. I've just done it 10 times. But if you sit down with a piece of paper and write I can, that doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't change anything. So this is going to be imagination creation self-help course. So we're going to go sideways, right? And get different results. Do something different, get different results. So keep your eye out for that. We are working on it. It's not out now, but keep your eye out if you want to really live into the Tartarian consciousness, because we've been taught our whole lives it's all lack, right? It's all lack. You have to ask for what you want. If you take, something too much, someone else will miss out. Do you think that's how Tartarians lived? How would a Tartarian eat? They would have more than enough, because we live in a bountiful world. We have this, lack, lack. No, no, no. We should have banquets everywhere. No one should be going without. And that's the attitude we need to get back to, right? To be worthy of that world, and also at the same time to create that world. So we're going to reimagine life. So come along for the ride.
Yeah. Freedom's Calling You to Life's Lost Purpose for the Big Reveal. That's our first course. And what's the big reveal? Let's say how to live like a Tartarian. That's coming up. We're going to share it with you. That's going to be our next video course. So if you haven't, as Campbell said, check out our other one. It's ready to go even right now. The links are below. Give us a heads up that you would like to join our Tartarian course when that's ready as well. Send me your email, send Campbell your email. We'll put you on the list. We'll get you ready. And we're delighted to have you here. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate your imagination. Most importantly, we appreciate your support in your own desires to live how you may like to live your life in ways that we know are possible.
Indeed. And live like a Tartarian.
Can't make me lie to my heart. No one tells me where I should start. Freedom